I'm not really very good on camera, but I have a voice and I want to use my words. I know right now has been a tough time for everybody, me included. Many of you who follow me know that I repost a lot of political things. I'm not very shy when it comes to sharing what I believe. And today, I'm not going to differ from that very much. Right now in our nation, we are mourning the death of Charlie Kirk. I understand that everyone has different political beliefs, but there are some things here where it's not left versus right. There are a lot of things right now that are good versus evil, and I just want people to understand that difference. Honestly, I don't really care about your politics, but I do care about if you care about people. Charlie was someone who I looked up to personally when I was starting to really research politics more, start to understand how our nation works, how our government works, and he was really just, he always shined because he researched what he believed. He really looked into it. It made him come from a place of just moral integrity. He came from a place where he could cut the tension between left and right. He just opened up a conversation, was able to understand and speak out and have a voice for the things that really mattered. I was really excited when I heard that Charlie Kirk was coming to my campus, UVU. I had a massage scheduled for earlier that day, so I came about 20 minutes late. I was on the phone with my boyfriend who was in the crowd at the time when Charlie Kirk was shot. The last thing I heard over the phone was him telling me that there were gunshots, and then he hung up. For a minute, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to go out, come out of the normalcy of the day. You know, I was concerned about where I was parked. I didn't know, I was like, I don't want to get a ticket. But then to hear that, I froze. I said, Matthew, get out of there. Before I knew it, I started running towards campus, and all I knew was that I needed to get to him. The reason I tell you that story is because Charlie Kirk always talked about family. He always talked about loving the ones closest to you. And I really think that that's a message we should remember from him. Charlie was someone who exemplified our Savior. He wasn't a perfect man. Nobody's perfect, obviously, but you could tell that he tried to embody Christ every day. I think that we've all felt the shock waves of what happened, especially here in Utah, happening so close to home. There were around 3,000 people there when it happened. And when I walked over to find my boyfriend, I just saw the crowd. As I got closer, I just saw terrified faces, people hugging each other, people over the phone telling their loved ones what had just happened. And all I could think of was, I need to find my boyfriend. And when I saw his face, oh my gosh, I gave him the biggest hug. But just to think that everyone went through this horrifying ordeal. Charlie Kirk was silenced for speaking truth. He was silenced for loving God. I think that we could all learn a little bit from Charlie Kirk. Whether you're left or right, he's someone who tried to find middle ground and put out a message of goodness. And right now is not the time to be silent. I know people might be scared now. This is end times and there's a lot of fear. It's in the air. But Jesus is the way, he's the truth, and he is the light. And that's what I really want to share. Thank you for listening to my message today. I know this isn't what I normally post, but thank you so much. Please continue to love Christ, to preach the gospel, to preach what is right, and find out and start to understand what is good and what is evil in this world, because Satan is really attacking everything we know to be good and true. I stand by this message. Thanks for watching.